I have my pattern paper in a fold so that we can be able to draft both the front and the back together. And the first line I have marked on the paper is the starting line, and I also have a vertical line just to give us a straight part on the side. I'll label this line the shoulder line, and then I'll go ahead and mark half of my shoulder measurements. Half of the shoulder measurements, I'll mark it there. The next measurement I'll mark is the neck width, which is 3 inches, and the neck depth, which is 3 inches also. And I'll connect that with a curve to form the neckline. From the half of the shoulder measurement I marked earlier, I'll come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slant, and I'll connect that into the neck width. The next thing I'll do now is to come down from that point to the chest line. To get this measurement, divide your bust measurement by 6 and add 1.5 inches to it. That will give you your chest line. And then I'll mark half of the shoulder measurement on that chest line, and I'll connect with a straight line. The next step is to mark the waistline. From the shoulder line, I'll come down by 16 inches. That is the waistline of the measurement I am working with, and I'll connect that into a straight line. The next measurement I'll be marking is from the waistline to the crotch line. This particular measurement is very important, so you have to take the correct measurement. So take that measurement on yourself and mark it. For the measurement I am working with, it is 10 inches, and that is what I marked here, and I connected it into a straight line. The next step is to mark an extension from the crotch line. This extension is just to give us a little bit of ease at that point, and also to create a space where we can put the press button. So from the crotch line, I'll come down by 2 inches, and for the width of the crotch extension, I'll use 1.5 inches, and I'll connect that into a straight line. The next step is to go in with the bust measurements divided by 4. Whatever your bust measurement divided by 4 is, you're going to deduct 1 inch, because when you are making a bodysuit, you have to use a stretchy fabric. And because the fabric has stretched, that means you're going to deduct 1 inch from whatever your measurement is. I'll get the midpoint from the shoulder slant and put a mark there. At that midpoint, I'll go in by 0.75, and I'll connect those 3 points together to form the armhole. On the waistline, mark your waist measurements divided by 4 and also deduct 1 inch from whatever your measurement is. From the waistline, I'll come down by 5 inches and connect that into a straight line. This 5 inches is for me to be able to get a good curve. That curve you usually see on the bodysuit. This 5 inches is just to help us get a good curve on that part. By the time we are going to draw that part out, you understand. On this new line is where I'm going to put the hip measurements divided by 4. Just like I explained earlier, also deduct 1 inch from the measurement you have there and mark it. I will use my curved ruler to connect these 3 points we have now. You can blend any parts you feel is sharp so that you don't have any sharp points at all. From this point, I'll position my tape like this and mark 5 inches. This is just to serve as a guide for us to draw the curve. So I'll mark 5 inches at that point. The next step is to connect these 3 points we have here. And I'll come in with my pencil first to sketch it out and see if it is okay before I go in with the marker. After connecting, you can see what we have. So now that we are done with the front pattern, I'm going to use this one also to create the back pattern. So that we can easily differentiate between the front and the back, I'll be using this pink marker for the back. And the first thing I'm going to do there is to mark the neck depth for the back, which is 1 inch for the back neckline. I'll be making an alteration to the armhole also. At that point where I came in by 0.75 for the front armhole, I'll go in by 0.5 for the back armhole. And the last alteration I'll be making to this pattern is at the bottom. So from the point where we have the crotch extension from the front, I'll come down by 3.5 inches. You can do 4 inches or even 5. The purpose of extending the back is that if you notice for a bodysuit, the back is always coming to the front by the time you pin it up together. So that is the purpose of the extension we are doing to the back. The width of the extension will also be 1.5 inches, same width we used for the front. And now to mark our curve, the same way you came out by 5 inches for the front at this point, you are going to do 6.5 inches for the back. Now I'll come in with my pencil again and sketch it up and see if it is okay before I go in with the marker. You can see what we have for the back now. So while transferring to fabric is when you can add half-inch allowance to join the fabric together. This pattern drafting does not have any allowance included. And mind you, you'll be using a stretchy fabric to sew a bodysuit. So even if you want to add your allowance while transferring to fabric, you only need to add half-inch round the pattern. I am cutting the back first, so after cutting the back is when I'll cut out the front. Label your pattern after cutting out, and this is the back piece, and this sign I am putting there means that it will be cut in a fold. This part has to be on the folded part of the fabric when you are cutting. For this front pattern, I'm just going to trim out the back allowance we have on this pattern so that we can see what we have for the front. Also for the front pattern, your fabric has to be in a fold, and you are going to place this part of the paper on the folded part when you are transferring it to fabric. We have come to the end of this video. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button, leave a comment, share this video with your friends, and please subscribe to my channel. Turn on your notification bell so you'll get notified anytime I upload a new video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.